What's going on, guys? Aarava here, and welcome back to my Motorsport Manager career mode in the second season for our WEC career mode. And we're kicking things off with making our brand new car. Obviously, last episode about 6 days ago, I think it was, quite some time ago, I asked you guys in the comments below to let me know what you think I should do for the engine, fuel, material, brake, and battery supply. Thumbsing up any ones you saw, and there was a clear big one. I think over 130 likes, I think. So a big one, and then a couple other comments were kind of basically saying the same thing. So I've kind of gone through that, and what we're going for here is I'll kind of rattle off the list. So engine wise, we're going to go for Renault. It's the strongest on fuel efficiency out of the ones we can pick on medium versus the weak and very weak, obviously. About halfway for the improvability. Strong versus very strong Ferrari, but that fuel efficiency will also come into play very handily. Fuel supply, we're going with Shell. That's going to be the strongest for fuel efficiency. Improvability is weak, but, you know, having a very, very strong fuel efficiency is going to be very good. Of course, a lot of the time in the races we did in Season 1 of this WEC career mode, fuel was never really that much of an issue, and we would use it quite a bit to maybe gain some more pace, and I was only having to use it a tad at the end of my stint with a bit of hybrid power. But if we have even more fuel efficiency than we had last season, that's even better, because that just means we can push the car even more for longer during the race. And we know the reliability is not that bad. I mean, the engines don't wear out as much as they did in the single seaters. So you know, by that logic, we should be even better to maybe push even harder for this season. Of course, I'm hoping, I don't know about you guys, I'm hoping this season we can try and go for the championship. We came second last time out, if you didn't know already. So I'm hoping we can go for that title. But material supply, we've gone with Mitsubishi. Very strong tyre wear, tyre heating weak, so just the strongest one out of all of them really there. Brake supply, we've gone with Bosch. Now, this was where there was a bit of kind of half and half. Some people were saying I should go for weak and very strong here, or very weak and strong. In terms of the money, you know, I'm going to save 1.5 million there from 4.5 to 6. And also, if you look at the difference here, there is a half a star jump in tyre heating, which has never been an issue for us in any kind of sense at Motorsport Manager. But the tyre wear only decreases by less than a half, so it's really not that much, and I'm saving quite a bit. And you know, it'd be ideal to save as much money as I could, potentially, and have a solid car, because obviously the amount we're costing per race is 2.3 million at the moment, which is quite a lot. So, you know, we do need that kind of, as much cash as we can maybe get. Obviously, if we're also building new parts, it's always good there. A good compromise, I feel. And for the battery, this was the other thing that I was a bit kind of 50-50 on what people wanted to go with. Some people saying Williams, some people saying Honda. What we went for last year, what we got given from last year was Mclaren, actually, because I can see last year's supplier. This also might be a bit of an eye-opener, how crap our car was last season. We had a Cosworth engine, Mobil 1 fuel supplier, a team I can't even see from here because I'm that blind. Haltech, I think I want to say. I can't even see. I don't even know if that's an A or not. That's a kind of poor logo design there. And then chassis, I can't even see that. Hexel, I think. But you can see all red, pretty much. All very weak. That's the gist of it. All very weak. McLaren Group, we had a starting charge of 10% and a harvest efficiency of 69. So I've gone with Honda because that's 5% starting charge. So that's half of what we started with every race last season. But to be honest, I don't know about you guys, I never noticed it. I never really used the power boost at the start of the race. You wouldn't ever use the hybrid technology at the start of the race now, after I learned that in Season 1. Use it at the end to save the fuel. So, by that logic, you know, there's just no point really caring about the starting charge too much. I never used it at the start. There's no point to, because you're just using the higher fuel mixture. And harvest efficiency the best, 100%. So that just means it's going to charge out faster. Potentially means I can save on doing the, you know, the splurge charge in the pit stop, maybe, to save myself from getting kind of hampered in that way. Or, you know, I just basically using more hybrid energy at the beginning, at the end of the stint, I should say, to save more fuel, or just generally using more surge charge to try and overtake people. Either way, I think that's the best way to go, and it still means that we'll have good amount of money left over. This car will cost 23.9 million. Our car last season cost 7.9, so quite a stark difference. But there we go, 22.7 million out the bank. We get a financial background payment discount. Thank you very much for our little perk, obviously, of the guy I've designed as a, you know, we're playing as a, you know, that's my perk. So that'll be fine. So minus 22.7, so that's going to leave us with 39, pretty much just 39 million. So there is our brand new car. We'll obviously have to slap on a livery, which I will do in a second there and show you guys. But we've still got 39 million to play with, which is amazing. Obviously, there'll be emails for improvability, so I'm suspecting, I'll predict probably we're going to end up with about 29 probably at minimum to play with for the rest of the season, I think, which is decent because I think we need mathematically around like 13 to 14 million to kind of survive the entire season, paying every single race 2.3 million. So we'll still have plenty of money to, you know, juggle around with on new parts, which came into handy last season. But now onto the topic of drivers as well. I asked you guys what we should do with our driver situation, because at the moment we've got Jensen Button, who's still contracted for this next year, but our second driver, Boutine, 3 stars. She's coming to the end of the contract and basically wondering what we should do. Now, there was quite a few mixed things. There was actually quite a few people saying I should re-sign her. A few people were suggesting different drivers. Now, I can tell you, having already gone through in the background without kind of mentioning it, I've gone through already and I've looked at drivers. You can see Hulkenberg's being scouted there, but I can already tell you there's no point. I can quit off that because he's not going to join WEC. He's not interested in that. I've checked out many different drivers by basically just checking out in a default save which drivers want to come to WEC, what would be worth it. And there's just not there's not much choice anymore left in F1 in terms of what I could go for. Ferrari drivers don't want to join, Renault drivers no, Red Bull no, Force India no. I've even checked like the IndyCar series, and then when we get to basically IndyCar and down to Formula E series, in the mod, it, you know, technically just basically tier 2 and tier 1, tier 3 of the open wheel racing. It basically, they're just not good enough. They're basically actually just the same star rating as Boutine. Boutine's actually quite a decent starter driver that we actually got. Like as a driver that the game just gave us at the very beginning of the career mode, she's actually half decent. Because like people like Anthony Davidson are only 3 stars as well, and Anthony Davidson is going to cost us so much more than 295,000, or obviously I'd have to pay her more than I'm paying her right now if I was to renew her contract, because she's got better. I think she started at 2.5. She got 3 stars, but I can pay significantly less for her, a 3-star driver, than pay so much more just because their name is their name, but they're going to be 3 stars as well, or 3 and a bit stars, because, okay, I can't go tier 1 single-seater, I can't go even tier 1 here of WEC, because, like, people like Kubica aren't interested. If I click their names, they're not interested in doing negotiations. Let me just show you an example here. Racing series, where are we? World Endurance, where's Kubica? Kubica, there, Robert Kubica. Even though his morale is very, very low, not interested. Just not interested. So it's a bit of a weird, unfortunate situation, actually. I'm kind of, it kind of makes the fact that we got Jensen in the first place even more incredible. I think because the mod put Jensen obviously as the reserve driver from McLaren, because the mod was based off 2017. So it was Alonso and Van Dorn at McLaren as number 1 drivers. So Jensen was in a reserve role. So I think that's kind of a big part of why I was able to get him. But none of the reserve drivers even want to come from F1 or anything like that. And there's not actually that much choice. These are the only drivers that the mod is deemed eligible to come across and actually participate in the GT series. So I think I may just re-sign Boutine, to be honest. Just give her a better contract and then see where she goes. She got a potential of 4 stars, so she could potentially match Jensen eventually. I mean, she's 36 though, so don't know. But in the grand scheme of things, I think just to save money, I think we'll just go with her again, re-sign. I mean, there was a fair few of you guys did say re-sign, so it's not like it's a completely, you know, far out right field kind of choice. So yeah, let's go for it. I would say just renew contract. So she's interested in it, so let's go for it. So stats is very important. Wages are important. Prefer a long contract. Bonus size, not very important. Right. So obviously for the wage, I'm paying a 295. So he says it was not very important, but I'm guessing it's important enough that I have to at least bump it up to maybe 355. I'll try that straight away. In terms of the team, I'll go with equal status, even though technically Jensen has the number 1 status. But to be honest, I don't think getting her angry every single race is going to be too much of an issue if I set her as equal driver. Contract length, she wants a long one. I don't really mind. I'm trying to get the championship this season, so theoretically it won't even matter to me if we're going to sign her for 2 years or not. And bonus size, this is what I always like to do for quali. I'll give her the biggest bonus ever because I hardly ever get pole on this game. And then the race, I'll go for first place as well, and I'll go for a little bit less. I'll go like a 72. Let's try that. Let's see. May come back to us, but that's fine. We can renegotiate then. But I'm confident we should be able to get that done. Right, here we go. Is this her contract offer accepted? There we go. So straight away. So got straight in. Sign. Done. So she's re-signed for 2 years. Obviously, the next season is the one we really care about. But there we go. Got that done. I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, I honestly did look... I spent many, like a good half hour, like, off camera, just looking through every possibility, like, just trying to suss out who could sign, and so many of these guys just don't want to sign. And as I said, so many of them are just not worth it. They're just not, like, the fact that their name is Anthony Davidson, like, just slaps on, like, 300k more into their wages when they're the same star rating. So just didn't make sense. But anyway, we're going to move on, see if any emails crop up for improvability on the car. Like, anything is going to pop up for nothing. Okay, okay, our reserve drivers expired. Doesn't really matter. We'll get a cheap ass one, won't we? Yeah, like 1,000 per race, rolling contract. That's the kind of the cheapest way to go about it, so that's fine. But surprises, no emails at all. Yeah, okay, one here, brake supply breakthrough. So tire heating +1, -2 million, 2.5 million. I don't think that's that important. I think I'm fine with not having that, because that's quite a lot for tire heating +1. I'm just not too sure. What's our car at the moment? Our car is 3 stars for that. We've got the money, technically. I mean, technically, we could do that. And you know what? We've got the money right now. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. All or nothing. Go big or go home this season. Let's just improve that. It's fine. Right, new development. So, I've gone ahead and tried to sign a brand new lead designer. At the moment, ours is 2 and a bit stars. Potential of 4. But the new one I'm signing on is 3.5 stars from the get-go. As I said, I'm hoping that we can get this done this season. So, immediately get in there and just get that done. And so he's accepted it, even though he's unhappy with the wages I'm giving him. He's accepted the offer, so I'm going to go straight in there, replace. It may be a bit of an expensive one. I mean, that's not that bad, actually, to replace him. Confirm there. So we got a new lead designer. He's got better known components. Lower down the line, the guy we had before had one on Legendary, but he didn't have very many good ones for, like, average, good, great. So we've got, you know, we got average here, we got great, and then we've got epic as well. So when we do get to those tierings, we can actually maybe use them to some effect, I guess. Right, so livery-wise, I've gone with this. I'm not too sure on it, but at the same time, there's not much else I can actually do, because I'm not going to lie, a lot of these livery designs don't quite work very well. They're just not that amazing. A few of them are a little bit glitched out, and so instead of just going for the standard one we had last season, I thought I'd just go for a kind of, it's in the same sort of motif, like you got the whole kind of line effect, but it's a little bit less prominent on the side now, and it's way more subtle merging into the front. So we're going for a bit of a dark blue merge and then just yellow on the front. But let's be honest, you're not going to see the livery too much anyway when we're zoomed out looking at everything. So it's probably on my least priorities in terms of what the race car looks like. But there you go. I guess, I don't know, Twitter blue, because our car is sponsored by Twitter, and Epson and Samsung. They're all kind of blue companies, I guess. So, yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter too much to me, at least. But that's our new livery for the brand new season. There we go, aarava Motorsport. Let's get into this thing then. We're getting quite close to the first race, and I think there's much else to do, actually, because here in WEC, there's it's all just a bit quieter compared to the single-seater, to be honest. Here we go. Tyre trade-off. Oh, this is something I definitely don't want to do. Tyre heating +1, tyre wear -1. Nope, don't want that. I want my tyre wear. I want to keep my tyre wear. Thank you very much. So we're going to move on. As soon as this car is built, then, we've got contracts ending, apparently. What's the contract ending for? What? Okay, no, that was nothing. Right, here we go. Pre-season testing is going to start. Our car has been made. So can we... Okay, we have to go to pre-season testing first. Right, let's do that. Pre-season testing, start test. Okay, come on, please. No breakdowns, no nothing. Just a smooth, calm test. You know, basically, you know, we've got the Honda hybrid unit. Basically do the opposite of what they've done in real life in F1. Just nice and calm. Jensen's in P2, 3 now at the moment. Boutine's kind of still there in 9th place, so... You know, thinking back to that decision, you know, she was really solid towards the end of the last season, so I have no comments about it, but that's all good then. That was a pretty successful session. I think Jensen ended up 2nd place there, and I don't think there was an issue for one of our cars at all during that session. So let's look at the mail. How was that? Pre-season testing report, Jensen was 2nd, Boutine 9th place. Designers, mechanics are now ready to get cracking on. Good stuff. Before I get to the targets, can we now look at our car? Is there reliability to be done? Yes, there is. So, unlike last season, there is a bit of reliability to be done here at the very start. So, engine, obviously, would be important to do. What else would come next? I would say probably a suspension part and a brake part each. Gearbox, yes, sort of, but I don't actually know. Let's take off brakes. Suspension in, yeah, okay, let's do that. Right, male targets for 2017. I'm going to go for second, just to be a bit cautious. We're going to get a little bit less money, but it's only 3 million. I can live with that, just so he doesn't kill us. Because at some point, we won't be first, and then he'll get very angry, our chairman, who... I can't tell who it is. I've never heard of his name. If he is he's got a foe, so I'm assuming he's a real person, but he looks very scary. He looks like he's just staring. You know what? I'm going to click off the email. I want to get rid of his face. He just keeps staring at me. Right, we're going to click off that. So we've got 53 million to spend. So we've got a lot of money here. Let's get straight on it. Let's get straight on making new parts. What do we need to make? Looks like we're a bit down on the gearbox. Brakes and suspension, all of them really. Let's work on brakes. So that was, I clicked gearbox by mistake there. What the hell am I doing? Brakes, because that was one thing we're a little bit lacking last time. So, deceleration, 20%, just straight at the bat. Just get that straight in. That will take 5 days before the race. Decent enough. Confirm. Right, design brakes is done. So we've got that new part. Let's take off. Okay, new brake set, 40%, so let's take off. What should I take off here? Engine or suspension or gearbox? I would say just one engine. Let's just add this one brake on and make sure we get good components for at least one car, pretty much. May as well get designing on a new part as well for... Let's go for the gearbox then, shall we, next? Plus 20. That'll come in handy, this minus 2 days for each million spent. That'll come in handy probably later on towards the season. But that'll get done 7 days after the race. That's fine, I can live with that. So that's going to be 1 million, near enough. One off there, but let's move on now to Beijing coming up. So hopefully the parts should be okay enough, I would say. We've got 55, 60, 56. I would say that's decent enough. So let's focus on the other ones that we haven't done. So 52, this 43... We haven't done any of the spoilers, but spoilers wasn't really a big one last time, and that'll be fine. I'll leave it at that. Right, so as you go towards practice, well, we'll go for Twitter, 8th or above, see what we can do there. Tire selection, the kind of usual like we went with last time, wasn't it? 363 was like the golden way. I think that was like the golden pattern, 363, for doing all that. And then for the car itself now... Obviously, I'm going to give the better parts to Jensen here. So, give that one to JB. Engine's already there. Gearbox is already there. Spoiler's already there. Suspension's already there. Although, I also do want to make sure he has the most reliable parts. So, let's go. Engine, there's a toss-up there, so that's fine. Gearbox, that's a huge performance gain. Ooh. Which one should I do? Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Right, less than a minute to go in practice. Actually, a few seconds, really. And we're going to tick over, hopefully, to level 3 on the soft tire and race trim, I'd like to think, because we've got both drivers still on track here as we're going around the circuit. Come on. Is it going to be? No, it's paused. It seems to have paused. That's a piss take. No, wait, hang on. Has that actually happened? That is actually the most piss take thing ever. Are you kidding me? It's not gone past... Oh my god. We're literally less than a pixel. I can't even visibly see the gap to level 3 there. And we didn't get it. Wow, okay. That's a change. Usually I'm just like, yeah, we got level 3. Job done. But we didn't. We didn't get level 3. Okay, so we only have level 2 on the soft tire and the race trim. We have level 1 on super soft and quali trim. Jensen finished up in second. Boutine, we didn't do any kind of fast runs with it or any qualifying time runs. Her entire run was just race trim. So she's last, but that doesn't really mean too much. Jensen's in second, having done a qualifying trim run. So that's all good. Let's go to qualifying then. See what we can do. Use that level 1 to good use, obviously, in the race. That's very, very annoying. That's literally like 2 seconds worth of like Jensen running one more like second of race trim in practice. That's a really annoying. Okay, anyway, super soft, obviously we're going to choose just those. That's nothing. There's nothing else we're going to really choose, are we? Car set wise, we're both really good. 2 excellents and a great for both of them. So not much really else to do. Just go straight to quali. I don't believe it's going to rain, so I'm going to wait a little bit for track grip to go up. I've only got 2 sets of super soft tyres for Jensen. We've actually got 3 for Boutine, so I may as well send her out right now, actually, and just, you know, see what we can do at the very start here. So let's do that. So I'll do this manually at the start. For Jensen, though, I'll just wait until there's more track grip, really, and we get some clean air. But Boutine trying to go side by side with this car, trying to find some room. Hopefully she can. Come on, keep going, keep going. Might need to back out of this and try, because I'm going to have to back out for this. So we are going to get hampered a little bit with some lack of clean air, really, unfortunately. Oh, those shot up. Oh, those that went shooting down. We saw off cold then, because those tyre temps and brake temps went down so much faster than I thought they would. Meanwhile, for Jensen now, we've got a bit of a clean gap here that I can see there on the mini-map. This little gap here. So let's send him out now. And he should comfortably get into this gap. Yes, he will. Right. Let's go for him. I'll concentrate on him now. Let Boutine do her thing on her lap. But you can see plenty of clean air here for Jensen. So let's now not try and muck this up. So the problem was it went down way too fast than I thought it would. So let's probably go a little bit faster into this section. Then go dropping down here. That's going to plummet down. Then we're going to have to control it. And that's good and overheated. Okay, I guess that's better than too cold. At the moment, Boutine's in 8th, so she's done a pretty decent job at the moment to be in the top 8. Now she's down the order now as people set their lap times, unfortunately. Right, Button's going to come through, and it is going to be P7 only. A little bit down on what I thought we could do, but that's decent enough considering it's the first race. You just never know, really. With 3 minutes to go, there's a bit of a gap maybe after this crew. Yep, let's send Boutine out now. So, Super Soft. So, we are going to have a fresh set of Super Softs for the race for Boutine, potentially. So, may come into handy, you never know. If we're having to make an extra pit stop, potentially, for reliability changes or whatever, may come in handy. This is going to be so on the line for Jensen. I'm going to do auto for Boutine, because I need to make sure I send Jensen out literally straight away now. His last set of Super Softs. So, Jensen will not have any Super Softs for the race. And this is going to be... I don't think he's going to make it on time. Is he even going to make it? Hope he's not going to make it. Fuck's sake. Did not time that enough. Did not time that. I left it way too late for his first stint, and then we're going to overheat the tyres anyway in this stint. So, it looks like we're going to finish up in just about P8 then, it would seem. Kirby actually pops in time for P9 just at the end there. Boutine is down in 19th place. So, yeah, a little bit of odd session, to be honest. Obviously, as I mentioned, qualifying has never been my best suit. Yeah. Right, race time. Obviously, you're going to use the usual. Actually, you know what? I actually may choose Engine Expert here. I may actually choose that because I'm not too sure what tyres I'll go on. So, I'll go Engine Expert for Jensen. So, that means I can run higher rich mix without it actually affecting the reliability. So, that's going to be actually quite good. And then for Boutine, we'll go soft tyre race trim. I think we'll be using a lot of soft tyres in Boutine's race. Really trying to get up the grid. But we're going to start off... Then do the usual. I'm going to start off on soft tyres and basically go longer into the Grand Prix. So 15 to 17 laps. So I'm going to go for 20 laps of fuel. 21 laps of fuel there. For Boutine, I think I'll go softs as well. Or maybe super softs. Maybe worth to go really hard and fast at the very start of this race, potentially. Don't know. Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's try something different here. Let's try something different. So 15 laps of fuel. 15 laps of fuel, go really hard, and then we'll go softs all the way to the end with Boutine. Probably end up using the medium tyres for Jensen, but we'll go complete opposite with Boutine, go complete aggressive. So let's go to it. Start the race. Let's see. Brand new season, new challenges, new car, new competitors. Let's go to 5 red lights for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix, the start of our second season in WEC, and it's been a good start there from Jensen. Decent enough from Boutine as well, up into 18th place. So let's fast forward this here. Let's get on to attacking. And let's just sit back and relax and see how much pace Jensen and Boutine have at the start of this race. And see, Jesus Christ, 5th place there. Come out of nowhere like lightning. But at the moment, Jensen hovering in 8th to 9th. Boutine 18th still. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But hopefully, as we get on to into the next few laps, the opening lap's always obviously quite tight. Let's see, Boutine's already up into 16th there momentarily. So she's making some good progress, actually, compared to Jensen, who's still stuck in 8th. Right, Jensen up into 7th, up into 6th. I used some surge power there, and that worked very well. Round the outside, and it's going to be down the inside to the chicane, up into 5th place there. So I'm going to let him do his thing. Let's focus on Boutine, use some charge down the main straight, and we'll overtake someone with that charge up into 12th place. So that was awesome. It's exact. Oh, down the inside, up into 11th. So it's literally really like the curves button, basically. And it's kind of nice. It's awesome. Like, I can just click it, and it's actually a direct effect on what I'm seeing in front of me. Because a lot of the time, it's basically sitting back and seeing if your strategy is going to pay off. But this is like a direct kind of, you know, I can click the button here and she's actually going to go faster down the straight. Direct impact there. So it's kind of nice. And she set the fastest last sector there. So Boutine going very well. Her tyre's going to start heating up though. So let's go down to neutral for both these guys there. Right, at the moment we got Boutine closing up on this train that Jensen's right slap bang in the middle of. I need Jensen to get a move on here, so I'm going to use some charge at the end of this straight through the chicane. Boutine behind, closing up even more. Let's use a lot of charge down this straight, catching up to 6th. Boutine in 9th. Going to use some charge with her if we can. Down this main back straight, this little side-by-side action. Can we get a move done? Hopefully I can. Let's move this up to attacking a little bit. Overtake mode. I want to try and get this move done for 8th place if we can. They use some charge though, unfortunately. We've not got a lot right now in the tank. We're only 4%. Jensen's in 6th now. So is he overtaken someone? I think he did. Let's use some charge now. Down this main straight. Use all we can. Oh, maybe enough around the outside. Oh, Boutine tried to have a look. Her tyres are really going off now. So let's go all out attacking a pit early, I think. It's lap 7. Would say just about the right time, I would say. So let's pit in early. Soft tyres, they'll go 13. I'm going to guess they're only going to go 11 to 12. So let's pit in for only 13 laps of fuel. Park conditions fine at the moment. Let's add some charge there. Fast pit stop, come in. Right, so Boutine, we're going very aggressive with her. With Jensen, not so much. We're just going as long as we can muster on this set of soft tyres. Right, Boutine's in the pits. It's going to be no mistake for her. So very good pit stop there. And we're going to go pushing and overtake mode as we come out. And we'll even use some surcharge as we come through down that back straight there. I can see on the mini-map. And she'll continue on and hopefully we'll jump people with a bit of an undercut. You can see on the mini-map actually here. Let me just zoom. Okay, Jensen made a move there for 5th place. So let's cut back to Boutine, who you can see there on the mini-map here. We've got this entire train we're going to catch up to. Who'll hopefully just completely jump. Basically, that'll be the hope. At the moment, Jensen's in 5th. He did make that overtake mode. Overtake move. Tyre temps are going down a little bit, so I may need to think about pushing a little bit to keep the tyre temps up. But the thing is, we've got 41% going on, so we can probably stretch this 3 more laps, I'd say, almost. Right, we're into the pits with Jensen. Took those tyres an absolute age, but it's because I want to try and do a one-stop if we can. I want to try and see if we can pull this off. If we do, it's going to be a bold strategy, but it may just pull through. Right, Boutine's made a move. She's up into 1st place of this Grand Prix on the aggressive strategy at the moment. I'm going to use the last bit of charge, and we're going to come into the pits this lap, keep on going aggressive. So we only made it, I think, 10 laps there, I think, or something like that. 11, I think we just about made 11, maybe. So we're going to fill up for now. It's going to be 19 laps remaining. So yeah, we're going to have to make another pit stop. So I'll go for the recharge there. Pit strategy fast. Have I chosen a fresh set of softs? Yes, I have. Right, Boutine's into the pits. Please, hopefully no issues there for her pit stop. Mistake on the tyres, but crucially no kind of penalty there for charging the ERS up. So at the moment, she comes out just behind Jensen, actually. But obviously, she's going to be on much fresher tyres, faster tyres. So I'm probably going to tell Jensen to allow her through if she comes up, because she's going to make some overtake moves. Hopefully, she's right there in the midst of it. Hopefully she'll get past these guys, because we need to get a real move on here. Use the fresh tyres. So a little bit unfortunate we haven't got some clean air for her. She's lost some time there, but going to chicane. Let's use the charge through the final corner. Really get a move on now down the inside. Lovely. Up into 9th place. Nicely done, Boutine. Nicely done. Can we get 8th place soon? Let's use some charge off this corner. Can we get it down the inside? Yes, we can. Awesome. And then Jensen is coming through. Jensen, allow her through. I'm still got that on, haven't we? Yes, we have. So Jensen will be a gentleman and allow her through, thankfully. Yep, there we go. Right, she'll pop on her way, and Jensen will continue on trying to stretch his tyres. Right, lap 23. Boutine's got some issues with her spoiler. I want to go a few more laps, though, with these tyres. Otherwise, it'll be a bit of a waste. So I want to try and just see if she can hang on. 19% there, so a little bit iffy, but we'll continue to go on like we are. 13 laps remaining. So, yeah, I just want to go a few more laps longer, and then we'll be on a perfect strategy for another set of softs to the end. Right, Boutine's coming in. She's in 1st place. Going to make the pit stop. We're going to fix that spoiler. Try and do a bit of recharge. Filled up for a little bit less fuel than I want to, but we can use some hybrid at the end. Let's see. Okay, that's a decent enough pit stop. She's going to come out in what will be 4th place? Yeah, 4th place. Decent enough, decent enough. Meanwhile, in Jensen's world, he's 2nd, and his car is basically braking. So, you know, bit of a split world, really. Boutine's actually finding the car fine, pushing hard. Jensen, I'm telling him to go very long and try and basically push this car over the line, effectively. Right, I think we need to make a pit stop. We're going to make a pit stop here with Button. Late pit stop, late call. 1 stop's not going to quite work out, but we are going to use the set of super softs we've now got to go as fast as we dare and as far as the car can go, basically, and use that as all the cars are now braking. But we're just going to blitz it out on these super softs. We've only got 6 laps left. They'll go that 6 laps. Only man in super softs in the top 8, so just go for it, Jensen. Just go for it. Right, Boutine at the moment. I'm using hybrid energy with Boutine because she's got to save some fuel here. Jensen's got past. Use the surge. He's up into 3rd, but Boutine's right there in 4th, so both of them may be able to tandem overtake some cars here. Button's past. We've now got good fuel for Boutine, so I can get off that. Go back to hybrid Jensen. I'm kind of playing a fine fiddle here, and we're battling for 1st place down the inside. We are into 1st place. Boutine's in 3rd, but our cars may blow up on the line. Oh boy, this is going to be close. Oh no, Jensen's gone. Jensen's gone. Jensen's gone. His car's gone. Oh no, his car's blown up. His car's blown up. His car's blown up. It's gone. It's gone. RIP, boys. RIP. Oh, that's gone. He's in 3rd still, but he's trundling around. He'll go down the order, and his car's blown up. Back to Boutine, though. She's in 1st place. So, the one with the less performing parts, but more reliable parts, it seems, is the one still leading this Grand Prix. Just about hanging on there. Jensen's actually going to trundle back to the pits. He's actually going to make it back to the pits, but we're going to have to bring him in and just fix everything. But that's him done. That's him done. That's basically his race over. So now we're focusing on Boutine. Hopefully getting to the end. We've got 1 more lap left, so not long to go. Let's get to this to the end, please. Come on. Right, Boutine is going to come across the line. It's going to be 1st place. Who would have thought there for Boutine? The aggressive strategy worked out for her. What a race from her. She's done very, very well. And for Jensen, unlucky. We tried a bit of a crazy 1-stop. That turned into a 2-stop. That would have still worked out. Jensen was still leading the race with that crazy kind of 2-stop bodged from a 1-stop if it wasn't for his car. So, unfortunate there, but, you know, 1st race of the season, we saw 2 other people retire, and I definitely saw, you guys would have seen in the background there in the last few laps, there were other cars, other AI cars, also blowing up their engines and kind of failing. So, you know, everyone kind of got a bit of it there today. So, at least we've ended up still in 1st place with one of the drivers at least, and happy to say it's Boutine there then at least. 1st place in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. Remember, Button did eventually overtake Boutine in the Championship, and he came in 3 races late or something like that last season. So, you know, still time. But at the moment, we're 8 points behind Toyota at the moment, and so that's pretty close. It's not that much. Losing Jensen in the points there wasn't as much of a hit as it could have been, so it's a decent enough start, and I think we can eventually, once we get the full enough reliability for both cars. Obviously I only had 4 people in the factory, so I couldn't do all 4 parts for every car. Once we got both cars at the point where Boutine's car was, where the reliability was just about good enough to get to the end of the race, we'll be fine, I think. Right guys, that's gonna that's going to end up this episode. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed today, and I will see you guys next time.